Okay, so we had played this green-black mid-range deck once before, and it felt kind of okay when we played it. I'm interested to see if that was a fluke, or if we could have lightning strike twice here and be reasonable again. So we've got Llanowar Elves to accelerate us into some varying pieces of top end. We've got some removal spells. We've got some discard spells. Looking at my sideboard, am I happy with my stuff here? Yeah, I think so, actually. Let's go ahead and play some games and see if our mix of interaction and threats can be competitive here or not. Okay. We keep Sorin rather than Questing Beast here. He can draw us some cards. Should make up for the fact that we mulliganed. Wish we would have bottomed this instead of Questing Beast. It is what it is. Okay, it's not terrible. Means we get to turn 3 Sorin here, which is nice. Decline killing my own creature with Bloodchief's Thirst. Thanks for the offer, Auto Tapper. Now the real question is, can we dodge a Jawari disruption here? Could be Jeskai. It could also just be straight blue-white with some triomes. And I ain't here to play around to censor chat. We're gonna jam my Planeswalker and start drawing some cards. Remember, greatness at any cost, chat.
Bloody and righteous.
Greatness at any cost.
On Innistrad.
You have sealed away my Llanowar Elves. Got me. Got me. Okay, and now I will at least play around this by playing an untapped lands here, because I could have drawn one for the turn. This ultimate does 13. Oh, sweet. We get to start with Thoughtseize. Start there and see what we get. Show me your secrets. Oh, they are Jeskai proper. Interesting. Well, I could never beat a Dream Trawler, so we'll get rid of that one.
Nothing on Innistrad is free.
Unfortunately, have not had enough pressure for his ultimate to be lethal here. It might be
a fair trade.
It might be time to pivot to a make some vampires angle. Our life total's getting a little low here. And they've got things like Prismari commands and helixes, and Business Mastery implies the existence of Magma Opus. So I gotta worry about not getting too low. They could leave us clueless this turn. We could see like a Shatter Rummage here. I mean, the Sauron's not really threatening anything, right? Just over here chilling like a villain.
You wish to know my secrets? Very well.
Listen, friend. My game wasn't going any better than yours, okay? You could have stayed in there, friendo. Don't tell Scotty, chat. Scotty assumed that there were a bunch of good cards in my hands. Shh, be very quiet. We're hunting control players. He's got confirmed not ghosting, yeah. Can we cut the Bloodchief's Thirst? A few Maelstrom Pulses seem like plenty of removal there. Do I want Soul Guide Lantern in my deck here? They have some graveyard stuff, but I have 4 Scavenging Oozes in the bay. They don't have that much graveyard stuff. Like just Mizzix. Yeah, I don't want these. You'll note that I'm boarding out my Llanowar Elves in this matchup. We want to just have a critical mass of quality cards. And like, while accelerating is nice on occasion, once you get past like turn 3, Llanowar Elves might as well not be a magic card. Very sweet. So this exposes Knight to Helix on turn 2 here, but because I drew the second Thoughtseize, I actually get to go double Thoughtseize this turn, which means that we'll get a counter on this, which is great. Now I think I need to do this before they narset me. Or Expressive Iteration. Okay, so I am just gonna go ahead and take all their card advantage here. I know they can't cast that one yet, but, you know, they'll draw blue source. They're lucky. I think we just take their, I'm a powerful wizard, champ. Oh, we have this as Graveyard 8 too, which is nice. Alright, so we're kind of running lands wouldn't even be bad for us with the Lolth here. Future Seeing powers. Yeah, man. Leyline of Sanctity. I would ask who hurt them, but the answer is us, chat. Our discard spells hurt them. Very, very clearly we did. There aren't even like that many discard spells in this format, right?
I'm hungry. Aren't I the generous one?
Aren't I the generous one? Wow, they exiled my Spooters, chat. Okay, so now I think we're supposed to fire up these Hive of the Eye Tyrants to eat the Magma Opie out of the bin. So that way, if my opponent spikes a Mizzix or a... They spike a Mizzix or a Gear Hulk. They can't quite do that. Want to slowly cut off their outs, basically. Like, we're ahead here. Want to ask ourselves the question, how do they find their way back into this game? I think the answer is Magma Opus being flashbacks. Let's make that not be an option. It's for the year and a half, Simulander. I think we're gonna play, what's it called? I think we're gonna play, Echo Zillion today. Our hand is pulsating a little bit.
There are so many mysteries to uncover. Keep an open mind.
I hope they draw Leyline next turn. Me too.
My will cannot be.
Oh, man. Was that the best draw in our deck, chat? I think it was the best draw in my deck. Ow! Get clapped, Narset.
And dead.
Oh no, not a sweeper.
Do what
How will I ever win the game now, opponent?
Oh yes.
You've swept my board.
The knowledge you seek.
Hey, they draw a brick, they're dead. We're no longer clueless. We're up on cards. We're up on board.
Oh, you'll fall into my web again.
Even if they find a sweeper here, they're like, dead to the Hive. Magma Opus maybe gets them out of it. Bye, friends. You love to see it, chat. You love to see it. Bruno Vert, thanks for the follow. What's going on, Earnq? Thanks for the 33 months. Your day's going swell. Duress. I think I just want all my interaction against Duress. I don't need an accelerant. Excuse me? Can I just Sky pile of cards, it looks like? Yeah, so I let on the discard spell rather than the removal spell because I wanted to try and clear a follow-up threat like they had here. Looks like just Sky. Be aggressive, opponent. Opponent's got some spice. I'd rather see Birds of Paradise than Noble/Ignoble. I think that card's a little bit lower power level and also still quite good. We might hold this Thoughtseize for taking their Luris, honestly. We have Ragavan at home. Rahilda is kind of Ragavan at home, isn't it? There are 2 card types in their bin currently. I assume Rahilda is Ragavan at home. I mean, for what it's worth, I don't think Wizards of the Coast realized the power level Ragavan was going to have in Modern. It's just, as is always the case, Wizards of the Coast is, like, really slow at actually responding to problems in the formats that they've created because they're worried about disrupting their secondary markets and impacting their pack sales too much. We're not taking Immolation, but I'm going to be honest, I didn't realize this card existed. Just like red deadweight, kinda. Ooh, that could be good down the line. I think we just Lolth and make some spider friends here. It's red weight. It's a perfect name.
My power is for annihilation.
Whether or not you view Ragavan as a good thing or a bad thing for Modern, largely is based around the fact on what you want from the format. So, Ragavan pushes, cards like Ragavan and Urza Saga push Modern in the direction of a format like Legacy, where the format kind of is homogenized around particular cards and effects. So it reduces format diversity in terms of the number of playable cards by a good margin. But it also, like, there's people that don't care about how many different cards are playable so much as they care about, you know, what they care about, you know, how the play patterns feel. And if the play patterns feel good, like, people don't care that, like, there's not a lot of diversity in terms of the range of cards you can play. Like, to use Legacy as an example, like, the blue cards are far and away much better than everything else, right? So, like, people like the play patterns of, like, Brainstorm Ponders and Force of Wills, but that's the best thing in the format by a lot. All I know is I am something of a magic boomer who the modern of my childhood is gone and it's never coming back.
My will must be obeyed. You fight for me now.
I mean, my thing was dying regardless, so I didn't want to remove Delirium. I wanted to remove their thing that was guaranteed to generate value out of their graveyard. I don't really care if they have Delirium here.
I won't let this be over.
The person that asked, are there any alchemy cards impacting Historic? Inquisitor Captain has been seeing play. In fact, really hoping not to run into the Inquisitor Captain deck with this one because it will dumpster us. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creatures in here. It's a lot for us. Then they have 1 enchantment in here, though, right? I mean, like when I talk about formats being balanced and stuff like that, I you should always just assume I'm ignoring your FNM level, stuff. Even when modern was in like the pits of the worst it's ever been, like it was still fine at the casual level at your local game store. I am gonna go ahead and just get rid of their immolation here as well. Take away their delirium. Reading Ragavan and don't understand why it's best. Okay, instead of you looking at the text box of that card, let me describe a card to you. Here's a 1-mana card that accelerates you and draws you a card every single turn. It does both of those things simultaneously. Does that sound like a fair and reasonable card? Or does that sound like something that's probably a little pushed? Okay, so I think this is a... While also killing you, correct. Yes, while also killing you. I think this is a ramp, discard out, board in all the Doomblades in the Sweepers matchup. Yeah, formats like Modern is right now are not conducive to brewing. Not in the slightest. It's like Legacy. You could brew in Legacy, but your brew in Legacy needs to either be killing on turn 1, play Force of Will, Ponder, Brainstorm, or be a Chalice of the Void Blood Moon deck, like some kind of prison style deck. Like those are your things for brewing. Pick one of those 3 things, or your brew's not going to be reasonable, basically anytime. I think I like boarding like this. I don't think this is a Ceratops matchup. Have a good one, Bubik. And for what it's worth, like, I don't really have strong feelings on Modern one way or another. I haven't been playing it because the type of format that it turned into isn't one that I enjoy. And rather than sitting and bitching endlessly about a format that I don't enjoy, I just play other formats instead because I'm an adult who can do that. This is the draw of playing Legacy and Vintage. Some people enjoy the play patterns they generate. If you don't, that's great. Don't play them. There are some people who can both afford to spend $5,000 on a small stack of cardboard and enjoy those play patterns. If you fall into that category, more power to you. Before Wizards banned proxy tournaments. All right, I'm gonna need a source on Wizards banned proxy tournaments. Can you give me an official Wizards link that says that? Because I feel like I'd remember that. I feel like whatever your intention is there is probably not what actually happened. This is, for what it's worth, yeah, this is what I was expecting this to be because the internet is stupid. Wizards didn't ban proxies. Like, you can still run your unsanctioned tournaments with proxies, chat. That's always been the case. You've never been allowed to run sanctioned Magic tournaments with proxies. If this is the article that what's being referred to, that policy has been that policy for like forever, for always and forever. Hildock, thanks for the follow. Now, I would believe that there were stores that were running sanctioned tournaments with proxies when they weren't supposed to be. I would believe that there were places breaking that rule and then were upset that they were called out for having broken said rule. I think I'd take this hit here. I don't really want to lose this to a shock. Back, Drug. Don't read the cards. How can you expect us to read the rulebook? Did you know in Paper Magic, tournament players are supposed to be familiar with things like the IPG? Never mind just the rules. When people play tournament Magic, they're supposed to be familiar with tournament Magic policy. Most of them aren't. The race is a lot less scary when they're not allowed to have a graveyard chip. Untapped land for some Crippling Fear, please. How about another 4-mana spell? My deck's just like, Jeff, I can't do untapped land. How about another castable spell? Best I can do. Or we had a Boomer Draw. To be fair, our deck has a lot of 4-drops in it. Oh, that's so brutal. Oh, am I dead? I think I might be dead, actually, right? Not quite, but close. I assume we're gonna die to whatever's in their hand. Is the play here? Oh, they can't attack us with both because we kill them on the backswing. That's great. Maybe they should have killed this. We're at 6 now. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. That's not good for a hero chip. It's not lethal, but it's like mostly lethal. Okay. Okay. Survey says not dead. Please concede. Boom, boom, boom. Boomeroo. Get our mid-rangey deck climbing up the ladder. Climbing on up the ladder. Beat it, beat it, beat it. A lot of people haven't played a format where Scavenging Ooze is good in a long time. That card is really good. Like, really good. I think I'm oozing this turn, and then next turn we can go like Thoughtseize, kill your thing, eat something with scooze attack. Like super resource efficient turns. Gotta go. Hey, Dr. Phil. Thanks for the quarter of a year. Welcome back. Appreciate it. All right, then we get to start pumping up the friends here. All right, look at our friends grow, chat. They're like chia pets. I guess they're gonna have a 4/4 this turn though. That's fine though, right? I can still attack with both of these. Ooze is good in Legacy and Modern too, for what it's worth. Just a very good magic card. How aggressive do you want to be? They're like one combo piece off of killing us, so it's pretty aggressive. This is 10. We can pump it up to 14. I want an Inquisition, +2. Let's crack this clue. Do you mostly follow magic stuff, Robert, or do you follow non-magic stuff too? It's pretty typical for magic to be done at the end of the year. Alchemy in general's kind of got magic at an all-time low as well. Like, keep scrying bottom. That's good for us.
You could have such power. I will get what I want.
Perk tokens, crank Briarbridge Tracker up, which is nice. So they need to block 2 things here, which unfortunately having to block 2 things means that they still have their combo potential. Or my opponent could miss the fact that Llanowar Elves is in play and they could die. You take those. Bye, friend! So definitely want all of the spot removal spells. Lolth was like fine there, but I think she's too slow in this matchup in general. We're gonna go ahead and shrim her. I probably can't afford to draw too many Thoughtseizes. Some discard spells are fine here, but it could be a just Inquisition matchup too, honestly. Maybe we want some Crippling Fears. Let's try this. They forgot Elves was a magic card after turn 3. They grow a Chia Pet out of control and we don't draw a spot removal spell, we could be in a little trouble. Notably, our Grasps of Darkness are a bit of a liability in this matchup because they give -4/-4 instead of killing directly. Our Heartless Act also isn't very good here either. Cool. What a powerful Magic the Gathering card my opponent has cast. Such power, much wow. Fear is a mind killer, chat. Fear is a mind killer. What is in their hand? Is it like 4 collecting companies they can't guess?
Consider yourself fortunate our motives align. Nothing on Innistrad is free.
They bottomed the 6 lands they needed. Yeah, seems like it. Seems like that was likely the case.
You wish to know my secrets? Very well.
Very well. Jack, thanks for the 42 months. I really appreciate the 3.5 years. Welcome back. They gotta have another collecting company here, right? Inquisitor Captain. Oh, Captain, my Captain. I think we just grasped this, right? Seeing that they're playing Captain in addition to Collecting Company makes me feel a lot less bad about them missing. They're next to giant pile of greed shit.
Blood for knowledge. A fair trade.
Okay. Collecting Company players being greedy, say it ain't so. Say it isn't so. All Coco's in hand was accurate. Coco, you don't. They know we have cast down. This is face up from the Sorin. So I explicitly did not play the cast down there until they targeted, because now I can do this. And we can trade with this voice. I do still need to kill the oak next turn, but I don't have to kill it this turn. Now I get to do this and take their thing out of play. Let's start by attacking, because they actually have to block here. Or they die. If they don't block, Sorin bites them. Yeah, sweet. Good stuff. Good stuff. So, my commentary on Biden and student loan debt, I'm going to prefix this as I understand I come from a position of incredible privilege not having student loan debt myself, is that, to my knowledge, and someone can link a source if I'm wrong on this, to my knowledge, Biden never said he was going to use executive actions to address student loan debt. And my understanding of how presidential campaigns work is they're talking about things that they will sign into law and encourage the Senate and the House to do as part of their platform. But this idea that, like, the president, like, no president has ever, like, the president doesn't make the laws, and he doesn't do the budget stuff. And there's some people that say the president could theoretically cancel student loan debt unilaterally via executive order, and that would get tied up in the courts. He could try that and then get it tied up in the courts. But did electing Biden fundamentally solve the gridlock that is the fundamentally broken Senate system that gives minority rule? No. No, he did not. Because the president does not have that power. Term limits doesn't solve any of the problems that the Senate has. In fact, term limits likely exacerbates the problems that the Senate has because it gives more power to lobbyists when you have new people coming in constantly. Term limits are one of those things that, like, are a soundbite that sound like a good idea, but then when you examine them critically and think about the outcomes of them, they actually don't do what you want them to do. Stream Element sponsor stuff is Legitimate Breadboxer. They are the people that I have the HelloFresh sponsorship through right now and a number of others that I do on stream. In fact, on Thursday, HelloFresh is sending me some of their meal kits. We're gonna open them on stream and then eat some of them because I like food. Big fan of eating. You know what? You know what I would think would go a lot further than term limits, chat? You know what would be a lot more helpful than term limits? We need an age cap on the upper end. You have to be 25, 30, or 35 for House, Senate, or President. There should be a when you hit retirement age, you shouldn't be allowed to be in government anymore. The people leaving the restaurant should not be ordering food for the people that are coming in to eat after them. And people that don't have a vested interest in addressing climate because they won't be here to suffer the consequences shouldn't be passing climate legislation or obstructing it in the case that we have currently. We just take the Narset here. It's their source of card advantage. And then I'm going to go ahead and shock this in because it means I did 4 and we get to go ahead and get a counter on this. Yeah, I disagree on an age cap for voting. I think that's nonsense. I think you should be allowed to elect representatives that you think represent you. Does Canada really have an upper age limit for people in their government? I'm not super familiar with that. That's sweet if they do. So now they have to decide, do they want to Archmage's Charm steal my knight or counter my questing beast? And like, remember, Archmage's Charm like feels bad to get your spells countered, but you just have to play into it because if it doesn't counter your spell, it's going to steal my thing or draw them cards. All right, second verse, same as the first. Yeah, I saw Ron Paul's tweets. He's a dickhead. So they're gonna draw 2 and then cast Wrath of God next turn, is their plan here, I assume. Deluge, sure. Drawing 2, casting Wrath of God, just in a slightly different way. This means we'll have a window to resolve Lolth, which is nice.
My children drench their I will cull the weak.
So for reference, Detry, for people that don't follow U.S. politics, Republicans aren't against vote by mail. States like Utah that are deeply red have had full vote by mail for a long time. Republicans are bad faith dickheads who are against vote by mail in places where vote by mail makes them more likely to lose elections. So you need to understand, it's not that they're inherently against vote by mail. They're inherently against vote by mail in places where it means that they are more likely to lose elections because of it.
I always reward.
All right, so they have another Wrath of God. They have a cancel here as well. The Teferi was such a good find for them. The fact that I can't really double spell meaningfully this turn feels real bad. Oh, this is so good for us. Oh, this is so good for us. Okay.
I suppose that's how it was meant to happen.
Now I'm gonna leave both of these back because it says menace. I don't want my Lolth to die. So if they attack, we'll double block. Just want to keep my card advantage engine on the table. And remember too, if you're someone that wants to talk about politics without end, we've got our subs Discord server there with addition to all sorts of great gaming stuff. There are also specialty topics like politics, COVID, cars, food. Happier subjects too than just politics and COVID.
Sorry I'm late. Let's skip to the good part.
Okay, this is nice. Let's just make a informed decision here for our turn.
Come on, run! But we will catch.
We will catch you. Oh my fucking god. Holy shit, chat. I was doing the thing where I was tapping the board and I clicked on stifle by mistake. Yikes. Yikes.
That was uncalled for.
Subservience will be rewarded.
For the sake of all Innistrad, my will must be obeyed.
I wanted discontinuity for reference. For reference, discontinuity is the one we should have taken.
Not for the weak.
Will I learn my lesson and stop vigorously tapping on the board? No, never.
You know what?
Not even a little bit.
I have practiced against many foes like you. Hone your prowess.
We're down here at this point. Can move along. Discard spells, extra pulse, some ceratopses. Let's go. Into tinkering with electronics as a kid. I was not. Always more of a software than a hardware person. Discontinuity is the best type of extra turn spell. Strong disagree. The best type of extra turn spell are things like Chance for Glory that come with a real deck building restriction. I think all of the indiscriminate just take an extra turn for varying mana costs are pretty shitty design that I dislike. No, I think like Chance for Glory is legitimately neat. So ones that come at a real cost, I think are fine. Surely, Sightseer, we are not a democracy in the United States. We are a constitutional republic, so if it seems undemocratic, that's fucking fine. There's always that neckbeard, chat. Anytime you talk about something being undemocratic, without fail. Chat, I really just want, like, I've been feeling a little exhausted with Historic and Alchemy recently because they both formats went towards these big control decks again. I just want a fucking Magic format that I can attack and block in. Is that like asking too much? I feel like it's asking too much. Can I just have one Magic format where attacking and blocking is good? Now, even Brawl isn't really about creature decks. Like, I typically play creature decks, but like, you play into a ton of sweepers in that format too. For reference, this blue-white deck that the opponent is playing is the most popular deck in Historic right now, and it also has the highest win rate on Untapped. It has 16% of the format had like a 60% win rate, I believe. I like higher powered attacking and blocking formats. Limited is not about attacking and blocking. Limited is about staring at two boards that can't actually attack into each other because of blocking until someone draws their fucking bomb that they drafted and rails you. That's what Limited's about. And yeah, that's an oversimplification. I just offended some people that enjoy Limited, but that's what too many Limited games come down to for my personal taste. Alright, I'm gonna Sorin here because I don't want to give them a free window to just Memory Deluge. Wanna make them use their mana here. I do enjoy Cube on average. In fact, the reason why I enjoy Cube is because it's a higher powered limited format that has attacking and blocking, but doesn't usually have infinite board stalls.
If you show remorse, I hold that thought.
A Rainbow Lich deck. Does a Rainbow Lich deck sound like something that attacks and blocks, chat? Did we not hear the rambling I just did? Am I talking to myself? I feel like I'm talking to myself. I want to attack and block. Have you considered playing Rainbow Lich? Damn it, chat. It's also, the Decathlon's also best of one. Accurate. I want to trample for 2. Alright, let's draw a Thoughtseize or a Duress to take their sweeper here. Rats. Sequester's not bad. Gives us a follow-up after they sweep.
No time for a break.
Time for a break. For those of you that are in the chat, though, and are who are robots who are interested in eventually becoming human, you'll want to make sure you stick around for the variety segment at the end of today's stream, because we're learning about how androids can become human slowly in a city called Detroit. That's how you get Skynet. Maybe. Maybe. I'm just supposed to fire up Hive of the Eye Tyrant here, right? It's like, hope they don't have Settle the Wreckage. Okay. Okay. So they have 6 mana? Sweeper, no sweeping. Sweeper, no sweeping. I assume this is like a Cycle Shark Typhoon. We'll trade the Scavenging Ooze for it. We'll play a tap land. We'll put them to 1. What's going on, Shiny Kuma? Thanks for the 1.5 years, by the way.
Oh, bad.
And Jindrisk, thanks for the follow if you're still here. Good morning. Thanks everybody for hanging out this morning. How I ramble about children's card games, politics, life, and other video games. Hope your end of year is going swell. We haven't had a historic tournament for a little bit. I'm interested. We explicitly haven't had a historic tournament since this Lotus Field deck popped up. So I'm going to be interested to see if this deck has staying power in a tournament setting. Our set championship qualifier in January will be one of the first historic events for a while. How much are Runeterra deck submissions? How much of a brew is it? If it's a real deck, let's say 25, so it's probably going to play it at some point anyways. For a complete and total off-the-wall brew, let's say 50 like Arena. Timo X, let's say 50. Sorry, Timo. There are not any established Timo decks that I'm aware of that are considered good. That's fine. I didn't want to take a turn anyways. How do you counter a land that's hexproof? You could play like Damping Sphere, but that's like pretty narrow. I'm also interested to see what our player count and deck selection looks like among people in the set qualifier. I've been offered a set championship invite for our February open as well, but I'm waiting to see how this first one goes before I agree to that, because there's a chance it makes things too try-hardy. It might not be something we want to repeat. I want to try it at least once. Tina's Wonderland is a game that I've got on my list of things to watch for a sale on. So whenever it is a sale on the PlayStation Store, I'll probably pick it up. Hey, Blitz, yeah, the Darkness deck we played Runeterra yesterday was great.
I train every day. No one is more prepared. Meditate and prepare.
The list of games I will buy at full price to play is short. It's like Horizon Forbidden West and the new God of War. Oh, look, I get a turn, chat. I get a turn. It's exciting. You're gonna stifle my Hive activation here. Oh my god. Oh my god. Please be dead. Please be dead. Please, thank goodness. Thank goodness. Would Blood Moon be bad in his turn? I'm gonna give you 10 minutes to think about what you said. Would Blood Moon be bad? Get out of here. Blood Moon doesn't punish things like Lotus Field. Blood Moon means you flip a coin every match to find out if you even get to play Magic. It's awful. Like, look at this 2-color deck that I'm playing. There's only 7 basics in my 2-color deck, chat. Blood Moon would be good against this 2-color deck that I'm playing. Blood Moon would be good against every deck playing more than 1 color. Shit, it would even be good against some monocolor decks that play a lot of utility lands. Blood Moon serves to punish some of the best designs in Magic, which are cards that let you get value out of your mana base to make flooding feel less bad. Blood Moon is a rancid design. You want to know what a fair Blood Moon looks like? Burning Earth. I've talked about this card before. Burning Earth would be a fantastic addition to Historic for red aggressive decks. Celefarian, the big 5-0. Thanks for the over 4 years of support. Welcome back. I think Burning Earth is an appropriate power level let's punish non-basics. It costs 4 mana. It lets people continue to actually play the game. I think Burning Earth is a good power level. I'm gonna take their Hero of Dominaria here, I think. Our hand's pretty good. We got a bunch of creature threats too, so you just get to not care about this this veto. Hopefully they don't draw. If they draw a Stifle or a, what's it called this turn? Yeah, they drew Stifle. That's unfortunate. The white deck getting to ramps kind of big sad.
Focused and disciplined. I have just the trick for this.
Just the trick for this. The new dragon is too slow and bad in Historic in my experience trying to play it. 4/4s for slower. 4/4s for 4 are too slow. I'm attacking this with both because I think it's important that I kill her this turn.
I was not prepared for this.
I'm gonna crack this now in case we draw another discard spell. Where were you last turn, Duress? Now they have a 7/7. Super unfortunate.
Vengeance, blood and righteous. You will serve me well.
Yeah, the details for joining the Oglandia Discord server are found on my website here, and in the rules section of every one of the tournament things, you'll find details on how to get set up. All right, so 2 shots at an untapped land. Swing and a miss. Super unfortunate.
Dire times call for dire tactics.
So they have second Shark Typhoon and Various in the ground? No, not yet.
Tragedy befalls us all.
I assume there's a Wrath of God here, right? Wow, they had another Shark Typhoon and just didn't use it that previous turn. Kind of surprises me. Alright, well, screw beats flood. Typically speaking. Do I have 4 creatures in here? I only have 3 creatures in here. Sad. Oh, this is lethal though, right? Spending the morning shoving Gandalfs into boxes, chat. The We're supposed to readjust some things in here based on the format being a little bit more controlling. The Llanowar Elves has come out almost every game we've played today. But we've also been cutting them for more specific interactions. Maybe that's fine. Maybe we're just cut Llanowar Elves post-board deck. Because, like, in the control matchups, we're cutting Llanowar Elves for, like, Duress and Ceratops. In the creature matchups, we're cutting Llanowar Elves for spot removal. Well, so Questing Beast is better in the creature matchups than Ceratops is the reason why you start Questing Beast. It's like also fine against control, like killing stuff like Narset and Teferi is nice for this. But the fact that this has Death Touch means that it can trade up into bigger things. I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna leave on the Llanowar Elves. I think having the Llanowar Elves make us more proactive game 1, and then we can cut it for the right kind of interaction. So the problem is, like, you can cut the elf for individually better cards, but they're not going to be individually better in every matchup, right? Like, against the control decks, I want one kind of card, and against the creature decks, I want a different kind of card. So like playing a card game 1 like Elf that like just lets us be more linear makes a lot of sense. Then we trade it out for being less linear, more interactive for the right type of interaction in the post-board games. I'm mulligan the double Lolth opener. Mulligan close 7, get rewarded with unkeepable 6 into unkeepable 5 actually every single time. We're gonna keep this and hope to draw some spells. Opponent kept 7, wouldn't have it any other way. Yeah! Look at that! I was ready for the Inquisition, opponent! Come get some! Look at that. Look at that sweet, sweet outplay sidestep chip. No! You flew too close to the sun, Chip. You flew too close to the sun. Be rich. Thank you for the 45 months. I appreciate the prime. Welcome back. We drew a spell. Alright, so in discard mirror matches, you want to trim as many of your discard spells as possible for in favor of things that play to the board. I assume they're a Dreadhorde Arcanist deck too, so I'm going to go ahead and cut the Llanowar Elves and then cut my discard spells and board in a bunch of spot removal and some extra threats. I mean, we didn't really get out mid-ranged. I mulliganed to 5 and then drew 1 spell that I actually cast, and it was a Llanowar Elf, so like, you know, Magic's a game that's filled with non-games that are very uninteresting like that. Just kind of comes with the territory. You gotta accept that those games are gonna be something that you slog through. So the follow, Lord Makina. So 19 months, Hedon, welcome back. Yeah, we're gonna do some more Runeterra after we're done with this deck, Canadian Bacon. And I second the advice from chat that if you're interested in getting into Runeterra, the #1 thing to start learning it is just to install it and play the tutorials. Their in-game tutorials are some of the best in any card game. The Mythic rank icon has been broken for almost a month now. We are Mythic 178 at the moment. Thanks for the follow, Bladouche. We got Jacob specifically a Mega Gengar card that he had been asking for as a single. So he was very pleased with that. And then they got some boosters as well. Shout out to the Pokemon Company for sending over some more Pokemon cards. They're great. Looking forward, speaking of other digital cards, I'm looking forward to Pokemon's new digital client. Hopefully that doesn't get delayed again. It's supposed to be out sometime early 22. Santa was unable to come through on the world peace request. No, I bought starter decks for the kids and we play on occasion. Pokemon's relatively straightforward. Card games are good for kids. They're a way to encourage them to get better at math and counting so they can play their game more efficiently, more quickly. Other Pokemon like Charizard and Pokemon Unite are things like Cinderace and Greninja, the range damage carries. Man, our opponent's like gonna board these Inquisitions out, huh? Yeah, opponent is Rakdos midrange. Go ahead and play this out because they strike me as someone that still has Thoughtseizes in their deck too, so I'm just gonna get my hand empty of spells here so their discard spells are blanks from here on out. Sure. You heard the new Pokemon client isn't going to have microtransactions. That would be interesting. I wonder if they'll lean full into the existing Pokemon client gives you a digital pack code when you buy physical product. So I wonder if they're gonna lean into that harder. That wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. There'll be mega transactions. We're all so hurt. We're all so hurt. They discarded K command? Really? So their hand must be a bunch of bangers then, huh? Chat, Wizards isn't behind on giving you a digital pack with your physical pack. They ran it as a test market, I believe in Australia, and concluded that it made them less money. Chat, it's not that Wizards is incapable of making the Magic Arena economy better. It's that they know that you're an addict and you're gonna keep playing even if they don't make it better. So they have no reason to improve things. It's not that the technology's not there, it's that they don't want to do it. Dizzer! Thanks for the sub gifties. That's super generous of you. Happy holidays. Yikes. Yikes. Man, it would be really nice if we could, like, have a spell in this match. That would be great. Aren't we ahead? No, they have a creature land. Their creature land is better than ours. Okay, now we're ahead. Yeah, they didn't have Den, we were ahead. I hope they had a bunch of discard spells in their hand. Do I want Crippling Fear here? Bone Crusher? And Seasoned Pyromancer? Is Crippling Fear better than anything currently in my deck? I don't know that it is. Maybe it's like slightly better than Soul Guide Lantern? Maybe it's better than Soul Guide Lantern. Yeah, if you're someone that likes open world RPGs, Horizon Zero Dawn is one of the best games you will ever play. The main story is more linear than Witcher 3, but like the world building, the character writing, the combat, it's just like Horizon is just like actually an A+ in every category. It's so good. When Forbidden West comes out, I'm gonna break my normal streaming patterns. We're gonna do a couple days of just all variety stuff and just play that for like 20 hours. Which, if it's the same amount of game content as Zero Dawn, that won't be enough to finish it, but we're gonna do a bunch to start. It's a game I'm looking forward to most next year. Yeah, we'll bottom this, right? We have land, all untapped, and we'll keep this to answer a creature land. Found a site that can confirm there'll be microtransactions and crafting systems like Hearthstone. Sure. I don't know. I honestly, in either direction there, Conquer, especially a third-party site like that, I'd be weary to believe anything you find online until we actually have it in our hands. It's definitely a wait-and-see angle, I think. To be fair to Magic Arena, as someone that's put 4 digits into multiple different online card game clients, Hearthstone's actually more expensive than Magic Arena. If you're playing towards completionist, maybe it's cheaper on the minnow level, but on the higher scale level, Hearthstone's definitely more expensive than Magic Arena. I put $1,200 into Hearthstone at one point and didn't have a full playset of their smallest standard format. It was real bad. All right, so really want to draw one of those 2 Crippling Fears I boarded in. There isn't, Martian. We don't know anything yet.
No cost.
Hey, look, a distraction that draws cards.
My people's savagery. Blood for knowledge. A fair trade.
A fair trade.
Excuse my sudden egress.
If a fatal push in here currently is a problem. Yeah, there we go. There we go. God save the antelopes. God save the antelope. Ooh, they added duplicate card protection in Hearthstone for all rarities. That probably makes Hearthstone more consumer friendly than Arena in terms of how much you need to put in. When I put in my 4 figures, it definitely didn't have that, and that was a big part of what made it so expensive. And I have to look back at my tax records, but I think it's been 2.5, maybe 3 years since I poked at Hearthstone. 2018 sounds right. Now I'm curious. I'm opening my expenses spreadsheet. Where are my tax documents at? Finances. Taxes. 2018. Expenses. Yeah, looks like it was 2018, so it's been a little bit. All right, so we're gonna lose our Ebon Legion in play and the Ebon Legion in hand. This Magmatic Chandler is gonna kind of beat us up here. I need to find an answer to that, otherwise it's gonna provide a ton of card selection. Oh, I guess they could be picking Season Pyromancer back up out of the bin here too. One of Pokemon Unite's big selling points, D-Tree, is that it's easier to get into than basically any other MOBA. It's really well done. They basically kept the good parts of MOBAs while getting rid of the kind of clunky parts. It's really well done. If you're someone that likes the idea of a MOBA but couldn't get into things like League or Dota, Unite is a great option. In fact, the amount you have to know to get into something like League is part of the reason I never touched it, and I've enjoyed Unite a lot. My Unite highlights are good for beginners too, because once you know some of the basics, I always like do a breakdown of the Pokemon I'm playing each day at the start of my videos.
Vengeance, bloody and righteous.
Digging for removal spells here. Okay. Yeah, nice Thoughtseize.
Nothing on
Enjoy.
Is free.
This is great. All right, so are we... I think we're shipping Knight of the Ebon Legion into the Sorin. It could just be right to fire up the Hive of the Eye Tyrant too, though. Hi, honey.
Hi.
You cold?
Yes. Can I ask you something?
I will not abandon my quest.
F-Dragon, thank you for the 25 months. Welcome back. Nice discard spells. Keep drawing them. Oh, we really need another Crippling Fear here. Just getting buried by these Season Pyromancers. Kill the 1/1 token. You have 5K hours in Dota. Listen, you're going to be one of the best Unite players around. Those skills translate very directly. Ooh, that's nice. So do we do... I'm gonna start on just attacking with the Knight again. We're kind of at a holding pattern here. I'm threatening the double pump. Like if they could quad block this, then I trade with everything. God bless America, chat. He had 4 Pyromancers in the top 30 cards of their deck. Is Feed the Swarm power? I thought it's mana value. Yeah, it's mana value. Maybe do a double take there really quick, because like I'm pretty sure this is mana value. It's fine, Maddie. I'm gonna draw my Crippling Fear and kill them next turn. Narrator, he did not draw his Crippling Fear. I think this trade would be incredibly good for us. The Magmatic Chandler just represents so much card selection. Yeah, because like we're at a board stall here, and like we have Crippling Fears to draw too. So I think that trade is good for us. Goodbye, friends. Am I attacking with the Briarbridge Trackers? I think I am. Nah, Fear would have been better there, because I could have pumped Knight and then named Scout and killed their whole board. So, we'll take the Maelstrom Pulse, but Fear would have still been better. Yeah, Dietrich, if you decide you want to play, I actually just made a Smurf because my brother-in-law started playing Unite. So I've been helping him ladder up. We're like in great or expert, so if you end up playing, we could loop you in on some of the Smurf games. Ooh, is that our first Scavenging Ooze this game? No, it's our third. I lied. Who's a hungry boy? Speaking as someone who currently has old man hands, getting to play a MOBA on a controller is great. The controller's way more ergonomic than keyboard and mouse. Maybe I should have attacked with this too, just like offered the trade for 2. So I can push 4 damage. Yeah, I should have attacked with the tracker too. Rather than giving them a It's fair that I get the 3rd scooze. They had 4 pyros. Yeah, accurate. We've also seen less cards than them too though, so like they have 26 cards left in their deck. I have 38 in mine. What's going on, my dude? This is me approving Declan's 1 mobile game for the day. Because before we had a limit, we changed mobile games like no other. Here you go, dude. So now he has to make sure he's picking what he really wants, otherwise he doesn't get another shot until tomorrow. Yeah, one a day. I'm a benevolent god, Bluefire. If this is a blank, this game should be pretty over. One a day is one a week in kid years, mood. And we still have 2 creature lands chilling here too, plus a field if they draw a creature land. And honestly, I'd just like to highlight something about this game. I know my opponent stayed in the game for a while because their seasoned pyromancers provided so much card selection, but like, look at all of these discard spells they drew in the mid game. I want you to just imagine how far behind I would have been in this game 3 if my opponent had spells that did things in all 4 of these slots. Like, the discard spells feel so good when you have them on turns 1 and 2. When you do them on turns 1 or 2, but they're so terrible in these games that go long. And like, if you go back and watch, all of these games went really long. So like, I am adamant about cutting my discard spells in matchups like that. They're not good. They cost you games. Thanks for the follow, Edan. For people that are new to the channel, by the way, before playing Arena and Historic here and stuff like this, I've played professional Magic for several years, traveling on the SCG tour in the before times. I also have a master's degree in mathematics that included a number of game theory courses, so good solid numbers background in addition to a lot of Magic experience. Played a lot of discard-based mid-range mirrors in Modern once upon a time. Thanks for the 46 months, Elwins. Started playing Magic competitively with New Phyrexia, which, to hurt some people in chat, New Phyrexia was almost a decade ago. We've been around the block. Yeah, I started playing Magic in general when I was 10 years old with Odyssey. Nah, I'm not a huge fan of where Modern ended up at. This is a nice draw. This looks like it could be another discard mirror. Oh, no. Could be just Kyluris? New Phyrexia was over a decade ago. Oh no. Oh no. It's over a decade. Why would you hurt me this way, chat? Why would you hurt me? What did I do to you, chat, that you feel the need to injure me this way? So this gets bigger with any token. So it synergizes with our Sorins and our Lolths, which is nice.
Deal with this annoyance.
Small bug fix update in Unite. Did they address the Zera bug? What else did they hit, Maddie? It's all scary. Oh, they've started blasting. Alright, so we're gonna pump a chump here to keep Sorin alive, and then we can clear these out with Maelstrom Pulse.
You wish to know my secrets? Very well.
It could be right to hold this Thoughtseize for after they draw Luris. Oh, Den of the Bugbear's real good here. Hoping to draw untapped land next turn so we can Lolth.
Excuse my sudden egress. Consider yourself fortunate, our boat.
Opponent's only at 10 here. Gonna skewer the token attack my Sorin. Alright, leaving my Planeswalker in play. Oh, do they have another skewer? I just get to untap here. Can I help you? This is the first time I've ever clicked the blue button on that one, chat.
For the weak.
The first time I've clicked the blue button. At any cost, Jeff. Listen, they're a red aggro deck, chat. Calm down. Scavenging Ooze here, ready to punch the clock and go to work for the umpteenth time this set. Or are we gonna trade Den of the Bugbear for Sorin? I'm down for that. I shed a single tear when the blue button was clicked. I apologize. Please, everyone, I know many of you are disappointed in me right now. Wow, that's kind of a beating.
You require my aid. Aren't I generous?
Aren't I generous?
not defeated.
And so they're probably dead then, huh?
Envy the strong.
Spooky spiders. Spooky spiders. Spooky spiders. Spooky.
Go, my children.
Go, my children. That's lethal, right? I can only block one of these. Hey, chat, these spiders are exactly like the Spider-Man. They're a menace. Spooky, scary Magic the Gathering cards. Really use their graveyard. I think we want Soul Guide Lantern. The black suit Spider-Man cosplay? Yep. Sure. Hand needs to draw some lands, but it's pretty good if it does. Takes a lot of restraint to click the blue button. It really does. Okay, it's a good start. I have a lot of deal threes, so there's a good chance this tracker just dies here. I'm not dead yet. Untapped land. Tippity tapped land, eh? Okay, we're going to 5. Is there extra white source for Luris? God save the antelopes! Well, they relicked when they did because they wanted to have things in their bin for Lurrus. Yeah, a lot of these games have just been the story of Scavenging Ooze's triumphant return, right? Allow me to make lifelink creatures.
My will. You fight.
Your move, Yugi boy. That brick there is so good for us, chat. What is your quest? I seek the face. I think I'm supposed to just make another lifelinker here. I think we just cash him in.
I bring my own army.
Did we lose any matches in there? I'm gonna check Untapped. Untapped says we're 5-0 on the day. Good shit. Went 4-3 last time we played it. I think this deck's super reasonable overall. 5-0 is like a little bit of an anomaly. Yeah, we lost plenty of games in that set. 5-0, obviously we high roll. There are probably 2 or 3 of those matches that could have gone slightly different with our opponent. Opponent's drawing slightly better, or us drawing slightly worse, but overall, this core is super cohesive. Like, you've got just, like, cards that can end the game. You've got incidental graveyard hate. You've got, like, quality disruption. You've got card advantage that doubles as the ability to stabilize the board / apply pressure. Like, both of these Planeswalkers just felt like consistently excellent in all of those games in different spots, whether it was creating creatures that killed our opponent or drawing cards to keep us in the game when we were grinding. Like, both modes were excellent. Sweet. This is, yeah. I'm glad this was good again. I was a little worried last time we played that it wouldn't be good second time through, and I'm glad that it was.